Hello, everybody. Welcome to Yoga for Self-Love with Kim. I am Kim. This will be a short, gentle practice today. We will bring in a little bit of flow to our gentle practice. Bring yourself to your mat and find your way into a comfortable seated position, whatever feels good for you today. Alternatively, you could lay down on your back, take a little mini shavasana, or find your way into child's pose. So whatever feels right for you. You can sit up on something if you like. I'm sitting up on a blanket to elevate my hips a little bit. Get yourself situated. And then when you feel ready, you can close your eyes or find a soft and steady gaze. Begin to allow your body to relax. Imagine that you are calling back all of your energy that you have put out into the world, to all the different people, places, experiences, situations you've been dealing with. Call your energy back to you. And take these next few moments just for you and your yoga practice. There is nothing else that you need to do right now. You're doing it, being here with yourself, body, mind, breath, and spirit. Root down through your sitting bones, your pubic bone, if you are seated. Wiggle some length up through the side body. Imagine some spaciousness up through your spine. The crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling. Begin to check in with yourself and just notice how you feel mentally, physically, emotionally, or energetically. No judgment at all, just being curious and taking stock of what's going on with you today. Honoring wherever it is you are. As always, I invite you to bring in the intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, and compassionate with yourself as you move through this practice today. And if you like, to carry the intention off of the mat and out into the world with you. And take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Draw the breath all the way down into your belly. Fill up your belly, let it expand all the way around, front, back, side to side. Feel your whole torso expand. Draw the breath up into the rib cage. Feel the front of the rib cage, back of the rib cage, sides of the rib cage expanding. Draw the breath all the way up to the collarbones. Feel that top of the chest expanding with your breath, the front, the back, the sides. As you exhale, release the breath from the chest, the rib cage, the belly, back up out through the nose. And take a few more breaths like this with the inhale. Draw the breath in through the nose, expanding through the belly, the rib cage, the chest, the whole torso, filling with the breath and expanding. And as you exhale, releasing the breath, feeling everything relaxing back in towards center as you release the breath out through the nose. A few more deep, clearing breaths like this. You can let that go. Come back to your natural breath. Begin to invite some movement into your body. Could keep the eyes closed, or if you like, begin to blink the eyes open. Begin to flicker the fingers, wiggle the toes. And if you feel it, Take a nice big yawn. Reach your arms up. Reach up through your fingers as you root down through your foundation, your sitting bones, your pubic bone, the feet, the legs. Reach up nice and tall through the crown, up and out through the fingers, wiggling some space through the side body. And then bring palms together at your heart. Release the hands down. Now inhale, reach the shoulders up towards the ears. And as you exhale, relax the shoulders back down. Take a few more shoulder lifts like this. Inhaling, shoulders up. Exhaling, relaxing shoulders down. A couple more times. And then moving into shoulder rolls. Inhale, bringing the shoulders forward and up. As you exhale, rolling the shoulders back and down, circling around a few times. And then switching the direction of your circles. Taking a few breaths, moving the shoulders around in this direction. And then relax your shoulders down. Now drop your chin down towards your chest. Roll your right ear over towards right shoulder. And roll your chin back to your chest. Now roll your left ear over towards left shoulder. And then bring the chin back to the chest. And then a few times rock your head side to side. Bring your chin to center, bring your head up. Begin to rock your body from side to side. Bring yourself to center, and then we'll roll the torso around in circles over to one side and forward, over to the other side. Roll yourself back, circling around your pace. Making the circles as big or small as feels right for your body right now. And then as you are ready, switch the direction of your circles. And bring yourself back to center. Let's take the soles of the feet together now. Knees out to the sides, coming into Baddha Konasana. Hands to ankles or shins, or you can reach fingers around behind you under the shoulders. Press down into the fingers and lengthen up through the spine. And then take hands underneath your thighs. Send your legs out wide, coming into our Upavishta Konasana. Fingers behind you, press down into the fingers as you lengthen up through the spine. Again, finding some space up through the spine, in between the vertebrae. Imagine some plumpness through your spinal discs. And then we'll begin to spin the heart over towards the right. Bring that left hand over towards the right foot. And then we'll sweep the left hand in front of the body, bring it over towards the left side. As you do that, sweep that right arm in front of the body over towards the left. And then sweep the right arm back over to the right. You can take the hand down under the shoulder, sweep that left arm up over the ear. Maybe you open the heart up towards the ceiling. And then left arm sweeps in front of the body. Bring that hand back underneath that left shoulder. Sweep the right arm in front of the body up over the ear. Maybe you roll your heart up towards the ceiling. A couple more times as you move yourself from side to side, sweeping the arms around with you. And then continue like this. If you would like to add on just a little bit, you can do that. Next time as you Bring that right arm over to the right and plant that right hand down. Press into the hand and begin to root down into your heels and lift your bum up off of the mat as you sweep that left arm up and over the ear. And then lower your bum back down. Left arm sweeps in front of the body. Plant the left hand back underneath that left shoulder. Press into the left hand, into the heels as you sweep the right arm up in front of the body. Maybe you lift up your bum, your hips up off of the mat. And then continue like this for a few more rounds. So either you're keeping the bum down on the mat or finding this gentle lift as you take it from side to side. And then bring yourself back to center. Take hands under thighs. Bring the soles of the feet back together, knees wide, finding that Baddha Konasana. And then we'll take the left knee, plop it over on top of the right knee. Top of that left foot will rest in the arch of the right foot. Take your fingers around behind you, under your shoulders, and spin your heart and your gaze up towards the right. And then we'll bring it back to center. Flip the knees over to the other side. Top of that right foot will rest in that left arch, fingers behind you. Spin the heart and the gaze up towards the left. And then bring yourself back to center. Now let's take the feet wide, knees wide, hands behind you. Just wave your knees from side to side. And now as you wave the knees from side to side, when you wave the knees over to the right, begin to spin your heart facing towards that right shin. So legs are about a 90-ish degree angle here. Right knee, left knee, finding this stag formation with the legs. And then we'll flip it over to the other side, now facing that left shin. A couple more times as you rock yourself side to side. Bring yourself back to center and soles of your feet come back together one more time. Fingers behind you under shoulders or grab a hold of the ankles or the shins. Stay here upright or begin to fold forward from the hips. Walk the hands forward and reach your heart forward. Option to smile now or anytime throughout the practice. Walk yourself back in. Then if you're sitting on anything, you can remove it. We'll come over onto hands and knees, finding table position. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Let's rock the hips from side to side. And then bring yourself back into your table, neutral spine. Let's roll through some cat-cow. Inhale as you lift the tail, soften the belly, let it drop down, draw the heart forward, and shift the gaze forward. And then we'll root down into the hands. On your exhalation, round your back up towards the ceiling, look towards your navel. Inhale again, takes you into your cow. Then you roll yourself back and forth. Few rounds here following your breath. Bring yourself into your table pose again. Extend the right leg back behind, hip level-ish. Coming into our cat balance. And keep the right hand down on the mat or left hand down on the mat or release that left arm forward. You reach out through the left fingers and back through that right foot. Lifting up through the belly. And then release the hand and the knee. Other side, send left leg back. Reach right arm forward. Finding length out through the crown of the head. Back out through your tail. Reaching out through the front fingers and out through that back foot. And then release. Let's send that right leg back again, hip level-ish. And this time we'll bend the right knee, draw it underneath the body, up towards nose, chest, forehead. Press down into your hands, round your back up. And then step or carry right foot up to the top of your mat. Press down into that right foot, into that left knee, foot, shin. Lift up through your pelvic floor, up through your belly. Lift your heart up, reach the arms up, coming into our low lunge. Maybe you allow the hips to drop down a little bit. Find some opening through that left front hip. Take fingers down to the mat, tuck your back toes under, slowly glide your hips back. Roll up onto that right heel. And then let's take it forward again, back into our low lunge. Arms reach back up. Hands back down to the mat. Step that right foot back into your table. Other side, send left leg back. Bend that left knee. Draw it underneath your body, round up through your back. Hug that knee in and then step or grab and carry that left foot up to the top of the mat. Press down into that left foot, into that right knee, foot, shin. Zip in through the legs, lift up through the belly, reach the arms up. Maybe you drop the hips down a little bit here. Pressing down and out through the feet. At the same time, drawing the feet in towards each other. We'll take hands down to the mat, tuck your back toes under behind you, and begin to glide your hips back as you roll up onto the ball of, or the heel of that left foot. And then walk it forward again. Bring it back up, low lunge. And let's take hands down to the mat, step yourself back into your table. Spread the fingers wide, root into your finger pads, tuck your toes under, press into the hands, glide the hips up and back, downward dog. Start with a generous bend in the knees here and begin to find some movement, pedaling legs, bending or straightening knees, rocking side to side or back and forth. Roll up onto balls of feet and then press heels towards the mat. Again, roll up balls of feet. Press heels towards the mat. One more time, roll it up. Press the heels towards the mat. Now we'll bend the knees, throw the belly back towards the thighs. Tiger dog, and then glide hips up. Again, bend your knees, crouch yourself down. Glide the hips back up. Let's do it again. Bend the knees, crouch down. This time, when you send the hips up, send your right leg up with you. Three-legged dog. A few deep breaths as you press down and out through the hands. Lift up through your armpits. Send that right leg up and back. Release that left heel down to the mat, and then release right foot back down to the mat. Bend the knees, crouch down, find that tiger dog again. Now send the left leg up for a three-legged dog. Breath or two here. Release that left foot down. Step your way up to the top of your mat or find your way up to the top of the mat. Lift your belly up off of your thighs. We'll hinge from the hips. Fold yourself in, bring belly back to thighs. Let your head go, grab a hold of your elbows. Shake, nod your head. Sway your hips side to side. Rock the arms. And then we'll sway the arms over towards the left side. Begin to lift the arms up as you lift yourself up. And reach the arms up overhead. Come to center. And then we'll soften the knees and begin to bring the arms down the right side of the body. Coming back into center, back into forward fold. And then a few times, let's circle it around like this. Arms reach up and to the left. Come through center. Soften the knees. Begin to fold yourself down and to the right. Couple more circles like this. And then next time you come back into your forward fold, let's switch the direction now. Sweep the arms over to the right. Lift yourself all the way up to center, and then begin to soften the knees and bring the arms down the left side. You swing it back through center and lift everything up, coming up the right side of the body. Softening the knees as you fold it down. Arms come down the left side. Let's take one more circle in this direction. And then bring yourself back into your forward fold. Release the arms, take hands to your hips, press into your feet. Lift yourself all the way up. Let's soften both knees. Step the right foot around and behind you. So it comes off of the mat over towards the left side. Let's reach the arms up. Take your left fingers, circle your right wrist, and gently fold yourself over to the left side. And then bring yourself back to center. We'll take it to the other side, soften knees. Step the left foot behind the right and off of the right side of the mat now. Arms reach back up. We'll take right fingers to circle left wrist. Gently fold yourself over to the right. And then bring yourself back to center. Let's take palms together at the heart. We'll step that right foot back, coming into a warrior one. Rooting down through that left heel. That right heel. Press down into the feet. Be gentle with that right knee. Make sure it feels good. If it doesn't, adjust your stance. Step yourself in a little bit or allow the right hip to open just a little bit to accommodate that back knee. Reach the arms up. Nice deep breath here. And then release arms down, step yourself forward, coming back into our Tadasana. Then we'll take it to the other side, warrior one, left foot steps back. Bend that right knee. Press down into that back heel. Rib cage squaring up towards top of the mat. Arms reach up. Release the arms down, step yourself back up top of the mat, finding your Tadasana. Let's do it again, warrior one, right foot steps back. Bend the left knee, reach arms up. And then arms come back down, you step yourself up. Let's take it to the other side, left foot steps back. Bend that right knee, find your warrior one, right hip pulls back, left hip reaches forward a little bit, back knee feels great. Smile. Release the arms down, step yourself forward, and let's take it over to the long edge of the mat, step the feet out wide. Soften the knees. Let's turn the right toes up towards the top of the mat. Give yourself a little rock and then open into warrior two. Bending right knee, straightening left leg. Arms reach wide. Shoulders line up over the hips. Take the hands down. Begin to straighten that right knee. Pull that right hip back. Fold yourself over to the right, both sides of the body nice and long, finding your way into a triangle pose. You can keep the hands on the sides of the body, the hips, or reach the right hand down for that right shin or thigh. Left hand can stay where it is on the hip, or you reach the arm up. And then left arm comes back down, soften that right knee. Press into that right foot, lift yourself back up, and turn the right foot in. Soften both knees. We'll take it to the other end of the mat. Left toes turn to the other side of the mat. Rock yourself back and forth, and then open into warrior two. Let's reach the arms wide. And then right hand to the hip, left hand can come to the hip or that thigh. Begin to straighten that left leg. Pull that left hip back, fold yourself over to the left. Nice long side body, hands on the hips, or you could take left hand down to shin or thigh. If you like a block here, you could grab a block. Bring your hand down to rest on the block. Right hand reaches up. You can shift your gaze wherever it feels okay for your neck. Down or forward or up towards that top hand if that's okay. And then right hand comes back down. Soften that left knee. Bring it back up into warrior two. Release arms, straighten that left leg, turn that foot back in. Let's turn the toes out, turn the heels in, bend your knees, lower the hips down. Let's find our goddess pose or temple pose. Reach the arms up into cactus arms, fingers reaching up, heart lifted. And then straighten the legs, release the arms down, turn the feet in. Let's open the arms wide for a 5-pointed star. Arms come back down, turn the toes out, turn the heels in, bend your knees and toes moving in same direction. Reach the arms up into your cactus arms. Now let's take hands down to rest on the thighs. Turn and look over towards that left shoulder as you draw that right shoulder down. And then spin in the other direction, press into that left thigh. Spin your gaze to look over that right shoulder. Back through center. Take a little peek over that left shoulder. Back through center. Take a little peek over that right shoulder. Bring yourself back to center. Lower the hips a little bit more. Reach the arms up. And then straighten the legs. Release the arms down. Turn the feet back in. Let's take the arms wide for a 5-pointed star. Release the arms down. Step or hop your feet together. Turn to face the top of the mat. Take your arms out to the sides and up. Palms come together overhead. Soften your knees. Fold yourself in. Forward fold. Grab elbows or bring hands to the mat. Give your head a little shake. Your hips a little rock. And bring your hips back to center. Take hands down to the mat. Let's root down into the right fingers, bend the right knee a lot, and begin to spin your heart up to the left as you peel the left arm up, reach the fingers up towards the ceiling. And then we'll take the left hand back down to the mat. Now bend that left knee a lot. Begin to bring that right leg a little bit straighter. Peel that right elbow up towards the ceiling and unfurl the right arm up, fingers reaching up. And then right hand comes back down to the mat. Let's do that one more time to each side. Right fingers come down, bend the right knee a lot. Begin to bring that left leg a little bit straighter as you open that left arm up. Left hand comes back down, bend that left knee. Begin to straighten that right leg, open that right arm up to the ceiling. Heart spins up and to the right. And then right hand comes back down to the mat. Bend your knees a lot. Get your hands down on the mat. Walk yourself out into downward dog. And then find what you like here. Little movement, little stillness. You decide. Take a couple breaths here in our down dog. And then lower your knees down to the mat. Come back to seated. Let's take the feet wide again, knees bent as we did earlier in the practice. Take the hands around behind you. Drop knees over to the right. Begin to spin yourself towards that right shin. And then wave the knees back over to the other side. Spinning yourself to face that left shin now. A couple more times, moving this from side to side. And then back to center. Let's take soles of the feet back together. Hands either behind you under shoulders or grab shins or ankles. Sit up tall. Let's take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, you stay here or begin to fold it forward. Heart reaching forward. And let's bring it back up. Palms together at the heart. For a moment, close your eyes. Come back to our intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, compassionate with ourselves. Turn the corners of your lips up into a smile. And thank yourself for showing up for you today and for your practice and carving out this time for yourself. You can flutter the eyes open. Thank you so much for sharing this gentle flow with me today with love and gratitude. Namaste.